Hi, I'm Bob the Hollow, and this is Extra Lore, where I'll be talking about some things that were left out of the latest main lore video for one reason or another. The last video was the Temple of Broken Hearts, and we'll be taking a look at some more Senpou lore today. So, let's get started, shall we? Let's start with an easy one. Just want to point out a couple more details that help connect Senpou Temple to the Divine Palace. The first thing is that the palace nobles drop fat wax like the monks do. And the second is the maple trees on the Vermilion Bridge. The Divine Palace is associated with sakura trees and Senpou with momiji trees. The presence of these trees on the corrupted monks' arena helped further the connection between those two places, and the idea that Senpou founders were among the infested who stood over the palace. I only found out about this after the video was published, so yeah. I don't think it goes against my theories, but it's definitely something I have to talk about. When the infested monks grab you, they perform an attack in which they get red-eyed, but regardless, the mark of the monks is still the centipede, and Ashina's is the red eyes. Both seem to originate in the same place, the Divine Palace or realm, so it's not strange that they'd share similarities. But the monks use centipedes as the catalyst for their immortality, and Ashina uses the rejuvenating waters experiments, which seem to need either red mass or red eyes, since Dojun requires red carp eyes to complete his experiment. Remember that the red mass and the red eyes don't originate in Ashina, they originate in the Divine Palace, since you can find them there, and the pot nobles not only sell lumps of red mass, but they also get red eyes when they turn into carps. Since both the infested and the divine hair, from which the rejuvenating sediment comes from, are from that place, you'd get this shared feature that displays their common ancestry. But the two breeds of immortality are still achieved through widely different means. The trademark of the infested is still the centipede. The trademark of Ashina's research is still the red eyes. Somebody asked me, why are Senpou monks in Hirata State? I was quite surprised by this question. I hadn't found any myself, so I went to check it out, but these are not Senpou monks. They're from a different temple. These are the Misen monks referenced by Gokkan Sugar as shinobi hunters of Misen Temple. You know, like this guy. I've been asked about the centipede-looking guys, about how they were transformed into centipede mutant hybrids or something. Well, the first time I met one of these guys was in the Bell Demon's Temple. I had just come out of the Headless Cave, I saw something crawling on the wall and throwing fire at me. Then I got possessed by a Bell Demon. Naturally, I thought, well, that's a demon, I guess. I have since taken the time to go and look at them, and no, they're not spirits, and no, they're not centipede experiments either. They're just cosplayers. They have big claws on their hands and feet that they use to climb the walls, and small appendages across their bodies, but these are all made of metal. The fire is from fire bombs they lob around, and they have also peeled their eyelids like the clockwork guy from Hellboy. And they have sharpened their teeth like Sleep Hollow's Christopher Walken's headless horseback rider. Oh, and did you know that since they crawl on the ground, you can leap death below them like the geckos? Their desire to cosplay seems to be born from their worship towards the centipedes that infest the immortal Senpou monks, probably hoping to become immortal themselves. they are used as guards by Senpou. There's a long-armed centipede, which is what their leaders are called, guarding the entrance to the sunken valley from the gun fort, and another one in Senpou, guarding what seems like a very peculiar item actually, which lead us to the second long-armed centipede is in a room with a big pyre, a big Buddha, a few dead monks, a few dead samurai after dark, and a whole lot of centipedes crawling about, and what looks like a second elusive hall bell. You know, the bell from the Scream Monkey's boss fight. It's just sitting there. Same model, enticingly non-interactive, asking me, what's the lore? I wanted to include this item on the main video, but honestly, I haven't found the evidence to support any theories. Are there levels of illusions inside the elusive halls? Is this from a failed attempt at creating those halls? Is it from a different batch of children? Did the first hall of illusions get overcrowded with dead children turned to terror-inducing monkeys? What's the lore? Okay, I think that about covers it, right? Make sure to take a look at the main video if you haven't, the Temple of Broken Hearts, and make sure to subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss on any uploads. Thank you all very much for watching. A big thanks to my patrons on Patreon, John, Vinny, Ethan and Wow. Feel free to check out my Patreon page if you feel like helping this channel grow. Until next time, see ya.